Hello and welcome to Sports Nutrition 101. I'm your host, Coach Brad Taliantich. And tonight we're going to cover the basics of sports nutrition and nutrition for a winning edge. What we're going to discuss is that basically we get a lot of questions in the sports field in regards to what type of nutrition we should be taking in, whether it be for breakfast, lunch, dinner, throughout the day to perform at our peak. And just like a car needs fuel, the body needs fuel to keep it running. And that fuel is food. A balanced diet of carbohydrates, fats, and protein provides the body with the energy it needs for optimal performance. Adequate fluid intake is another key to successful performance as well. We're going to touch on these and other topics in a series of upcoming conference calls over the next few weeks. First, let's talk about carbohydrates. Main thing with carbohydrates is it helps maintain your blood glucose levels and replaces muscle glycogen. You want to keep these in a healthy range, and also we will touch on that in regards to glycogen and a glycemic index in a specific conference call geared towards carbs. The next, we're going to talk about fats. Fats, we mean good fats. We also want to limit the intake of fatty foods. Your recommendations for the daily intake is 20 to 30% of your total energy intake, which is basically all of the different foods that the calories that you are bringing in. And basically an intake of less than 20% does not benefit performance at all. High-fat diets are definitely not recommended, so stay away from the fried food. You want to stick to lean cuts of meat, things like that. Also, protein, probably one of the biggest and most important parts of proper nutrition. Your recommended intake is 0.7 to 0.9 grams per pound of body weight. So again, that calculation for you to get the right amount of protein daily is to take 0.7 to 0.9 and divide that by the pounds of body weight that you have. The proteins help build and repair your muscle tissue, helps boost your immune system, and helps to maintain lean body mass, especially when losing weight. And then lastly, in that regards, is the power of water. Especially right now, we happen to be in the summer time, and especially here where we are in the Gulf South, extremely high temperatures. And you want to take in water and fluids because it helps transport glucose and oxygen to the muscles, helps prevent dehydration, regulates your body temperature, and aids in the digestion of the foods that you will be taking in. And there are going to be recommendations for fluid consumption prior to, during, and post-competition. We are going to have a separate fluid and hydration call later this week. Look for that. Athletes want that winning edge, and we see athletes all the time on the fields, training, in the gyms, working out, looking for that extra edge. They're doing specialized training. They're doing mental training. And the one thing that tends to get lost sometimes is proper nutritional training. Athletes and non-athletes should choose a variety of nutrient-dense foods from the following groups: whole grains, vegetables, fruits, milk and dairy, meats and beans, and fats and oils. And we're going to touch on each of those briefly. Whole grains help provide energy for muscles and prevent muscle fatigue. Whole grains and foods high in fiber help regular gastrointestinal tract. You aim to make the majority of your grain intakes from whole grains like whole wheat pasta, brown rice, whole wheat pita, whole wheat tortillas. You want to get those multi-grain products to help get you the right amount of fiber in your diet as well. Next is vegetables. They provide carbohydrates. Some vegetables provide more than others. Many vegetables are a good source of phytochemicals. They're a great source of vitamin C, vitamin A, and potassium. And the recommended intake is about 2.5 cups per day for vegetables. So I know parents, if you're out there listening as well, it's important to find the vegetables that your kids like and get them 2.5 cups a day. Fruits are very important as well. They provide carbohydrates. Many fruits are also good sources of phytochemicals. They're a great source of fiber, potassium, and vitamin C. And your recommended intake is about 1.5 cups per day. Milk and dairy products, they provide protein. They're a good source of calcium and vitamin D. Now, you do want to watch your milk and dairy products for fat. You want to get your skim milks or your low-fat milks. That can really help because you've got to watch the hidden fats and sugars in pasteurized milks. You could also look for organic milks also. Meats and beans provide great protein, great sources of iron and zinc, and your recommended intake will vary on your body weight and your goals. And then last but not least, the fats and oils. A balanced diet is not fat-free, as fat is essential for bodily functions. Again, that goes back to that 20 to 30% intake of fat during the day. But again, we're focusing on good fat, like omega-3 fatty acids and things like that. Fat adds flavor to the diet. Basically, you want to have things that do taste good, but you're going to stay away from butter and heavy fat things such as creams and whatnot. Choose healthier fats. What we mean by healthier fats, we're talking fatty fish, nuts, seeds, avocados, instead of trans and saturated fats, such as partially hydrogenated oils. When you're out, you'll have a chance to possibly get your foods cooked in a different type of oil instead of a fat oil. Those are the things that you are going to look for in a better nutritional plan. And remember, the key to higher performance is not just getting in the gym, but getting the proper food to fuel your body. We look forward to talking to you in the future, and look for that fluid and hydration call coming up within the next few days. Again, this is Coach Brad Taliancich, wishing you a healthy and happy day.